Welcome along to your breakfast show. Steve with you through until 9 o'clock this morning. Now then, Sue Barker, well-known face to us on our televisions, whether keeping the question of sport captains in order or heading up the BBC's tennis coverage. British tennis legend herself, of course, as well. However, if you're a rambler or a dog walker, you may well bump into her out and about walking her dogs here in Gloucestershire. Sue and her husband live here in the county with their two rescue dogs, Batty and Charlie. And Batty has quite a story. Sue is the patron of the charity Canine Angels. And it was this charity that rescued Batty from being killed as a captured Romanian street dog. So I went along to meet them. So here we are, Sue and Batty. Lovely to meet you both.
Thank you very much. It's lovely for you to come and tell his story, you know, because it's quite a unique story, but one, well, I'm incredibly proud of and love, you know, what the charity do.
So how long have you been a dog lover? How long have you been a dog owner?
Well, dog lover from since I can remember, and I used to walk a lady's two Cocker Spaniels when I was very young, and I got to love them, but my parents would never let me have a dog, so never had that chance. But then when I got married and that we had a house, we said, yeah, let's get dogs. So I think I've been a dog owner now for 30 years, and the last 4 that I've owned have been rescues, 3 from the UK and now Batty from Romania. And it all came about because we had 2 dogs that sort of sadly died from cancer within about 3 months of each other. And
hello, Batty.
Are you tired?
We're telling a story.
And so we thought we wanted to get 2 dogs, and so we looked and we found Charlie, a little Cocker Spaniel from Battersea Dogs Home, because I do a lot of work also for Battersea Dogs Home. And then we saw this incredible story about, well, his name is BATTY. I have no idea what that means. If any of your listeners know, it would be nice to know what it means. But we got so fed up with trying to spell it every time, you know, we could go to the vet. Oh, BATTY, how do you spell that? So we just decided we'll call him Batty because he is a little Batty. We saw his story, which just touched our hearts in a way that he had been born on the streets of Romania, had been on the streets for 5 years, fed by this wonderful angel of a lady called Madalina Nanu, who works for Canine Angels charity, helping the dogs on the streets. She went and fed him and his pack every day, and has known him since he was a puppy. But 5 years they were on the streets, and then they were all rounded up by the dog catchers, which basically mean they were going to be killed within a week. She went and bribed the dog catchers and said, can I take the pack out? So took the 8 dogs that she had known for the last 5 years and put them all in little farms, or, you know, and put them on the internet to try and find them forever homes. Right. The oldest one, the father of the pack, was rescued by her parents because they wanted a dog, because he was too old to make the journey to any part of Europe. And all the others went. The other 6 sort of went within 3 to 4 months, and poor old Batty was left. I mean, I've shown you the picture of him smiling, or trying to smile. I mean, he is not going to win any beauty contest.
Oh, yes. Don't say, close his ears. You're beautiful, aren't you? Yeah.
And they just said he doesn't photograph well. I don't know what it is. She said no one's even put in any sort of interest. So she put this last-ditch effort, a very funny video that she put up with a little song to it, and just said, please rescue me, because she basically said if he doesn't get rescued within 6 months, she'll have to put him down, because she couldn't find a home, and there's such a long journey to come from Romania to the UK that after the age of 8 they wouldn't feel comfortable doing it. So my husband and I said, oh, how can we not help this poor little thing who thought it's had such a sad life? And we saw in a video that they sent of him just how loving he was, and how sweet and how gentle, and we thought we'd just got to give him a chance. So we got him brought over, and now we've had him 4 years. It was a bit tricky to start with. He spent the first 2 weeks trying to escape from our garden and trying to get through our gates at the front. I think he thought his pack were out there somewhere. Oh. And then for the next 3 weeks, I couldn't get him out the house. I couldn't. He didn't. Right. You know, he thought, this is a nice sofa here. I'm getting fed twice a day, and I've got a nice garden to run around. And I tried to get him out the front, because having a Cocker Spaniel, they want to walk forever, and so he's so keen to go for his walk. So Charlie was pulling me out the driveway and I was dragging Batty down the driveway, and these ramblers who were walking past in the Cotswolds suddenly said, "That's very cruel to do that to this dog." I said, "I'm only trying to take him for a walk. That's what dogs do." But he thought, no, he was digging his heels in and didn't want to...
Thought he might be going somewhere else.
I'm going back to that cage, I don't want to do that. But now he loves his walks and he's really good. Charlie's been a great role model for him, and he's now very, very friendly to everyone. He wouldn't go near men for the first 6 months to a year, but now it's straight in, as you know.
Yeah, I'd never known. You came over and that was it. You wouldn't leave me alone.
I know. Yeah. So it's just been lovely. We feel so happy that we did it, but just have to salute what Canine Angels do, because they all volunteer, they're just dog lovers like I am, and that's why I wanted to get involved. I'm one of their ambassadors, because they do everything just for the love of dogs, and they've rescued 850 plus dogs over the past few years since they formed. I just salute everything that they do, and I'm proud to be involved with them. And they helped me find Batty, and we've had 4 glorious years. He's 12 now. But still sprightly as ever, chasing squirrels and charging round the fields, and it's just lovely to see him now being a dog, because I think for the first 8 years he was just a survivor.
Who lives in Gloucestershire with their 2 rescue dogs, Charlie and Batty. And earlier we were hearing how the charity Canine Angels saved Batty from death. A pack dog on the streets of Romania, Batty had been basically rounded up with his friends by the dog catchers and was awaiting destruction. It is quite a story, Batty, from a street dog to a celebrity dog now.
Yes, and one that won't leave a sofa. I have tried and tried and tried. I've never dogs, not so much on the sofas. This one, no. I'm just whether it's Romanian, he doesn't understand off or not. But no. So now we have to go everywhere with these rugs on there, because he just wants to be on the sofa. He just wants to be next to you.
Yeah.
I think he's had years of not being loved, and that's the thing that Madalena, the girl in Romania, said. He would rather come up and have a cuddle rather than be first in at the food. That's why she always wanted him to find a home, and every time we write to her, because we always send her some stuff at Christmas and that, we send her pictures of Batty with all his tinsel on and everything, and she breaks down in tears every time, because I think he just became special to her.
Oh, sorry, are we keeping you up?
Big yawns. I think, because he became special because she had him for so long, 8 years, 5 years on the streets, and then still going to feed him in this little cage that he was in, and this lady looking after him. And she's just done a brilliant job, and so she's in tears every time we write to her and tell her about Batty, because she's just so happy that he found a home. You can see he's got scars. I know for your listeners, not very good scars, and also he hasn't got many teeth. He's missing all his teeth. So because I think he was trying to get himself out the cage. So, and that's why whenever we go on holiday, we always find a dog sitter and everything, because I just don't think I could put him back in a cage. I think that would just about finish him off. He's just so lovely, and
he's very talkative, as we've been hearing. Yes. He loves talking. He talks away. Ever since I've come through the door, he's been trying to desperately tell me everything himself.
I know, exactly.
How did you get on to start with? Because I guess he'd been spoken to in Romanian. Did you have to learn some words for sit, for hello, whatever?
We tried it on the internet and played some things to him. No, absolutely nothing meant anything to him. The only thing he knows is when the doggy biscuit cupboard opens and when his bowl is being filled up. Those 2 sounds he comes running from whenever he is. But and he still loves his food. There is a whole dance and everything, a whole routine that goes on as I'm getting his food ready, and he punches me in my backside trying to get me to get it there sooner. Loves having his food and knowing it's coming, because he's had to fight for it all his life.
So the dogs out in Romania, I mean, they are street dogs, or on the street, as you said, he was part of a pack.
Yes.
They have pretty harsh winters out there as well. I guess at this moment there are street dogs out there that are living in some really tough conditions.
Absolutely. I mean, we've got pictures of him in the snow with Madalena trying to push some stuff away just so she can put the biscuits down for the dogs to eat. I mean, he loves. I mean, when we had the snow, he still loves it. I mean, he doesn't mind it, and he goes and eats it. But yeah, really harsh winters, and we've got pictures of him when he was in his cage with it all covered in snow. And to be fair, they do their best for these dogs, but they're living in an outside cage with a little cupboard with a hole with a bit of hay in it.
Not every street dog's got a Madalena, have they? That's
not, absolutely not. She's just, as I said, she's just an angel for dogs over there, and it's and the pack they're all so different. I mean, every breed is represented in his pack, and we had him DNA tested, and they gave up at 21 breeds. He went everything from a Chihuahua to an Alsatian.
Wow.
Not necessarily those two together, I don't think, but
you're a one-off. Yeah. You're a one-off. There's only one of you, and here comes your friend Charlie.
And he's just been the best introduction to home life for Batty, teaching him the ropes, and so friendly. And I think that's helped him go up to people and trust people more, because Charlie goes to everybody, and they're inseparable. And he's always going up and kissing him and everything, and it's really sweet. And we have people queuing up to look after them when we go away, you know, which is really nice.
And now you're patron of the charity, aren't you,
yes.
yourself? And I know that they're fundraising all the time to try and help other batties over there. I guess for people who are thinking, well, hang on a minute, there are dogs in dogs' homes over here, you know, why does this charity connect with you, and why does it matter, and why do you ask people to kind of get involved?
I think just having seen what they go through, it just is horrible. You know, that even the rescue centres over here are a much better place to be in than living in a farm, hopefully getting fed once a day. I totally get it. I think every dog deserves a home, and that's why I've rescued 3 from UK centres, from actually 3 different UK centres. So, but it was just something about a dog that had never had any love, and something you could see that he wanted to be loved. And obviously Madalena working, she has a full-time job, but she just goes every evening and every weekend to go and feed them. It just really touched me, and I just thought, I just want to give this dog a cuddle and give it a meal and let him feel safe.
And there are still dog catchers working for the authorities to try and clear them up.
Yes, it's just that's the way it is. I mean, you know, it happens in other parts of Europe as well. It was just that we were looking and found this story, and it was from reading the story and then meeting the people that it made me realise that I just wanted to raise awareness of it, because every dog, I think, deserves to have a lovely life. I just think this charity is incredible, because they would just live on the street and then be killed, and it's just, I just don't think it's fair.
Well, it was lovely to meet you, Batty. You've got a very good life, I think. I think you're going to be very spoiled, and you have been very spoiled, and you're going to continue to be spoiled.
Go on, you going to do a high five, Batty? Did it?